Hi everybody, it's me, Smiley Ray, here at the studio, and I'm going to do things a little different today. So my church is having the VBS this week, and I think I was going to do a short little Bible lesson for you. And the funny thing about going to church, it's sort of like having two families for the price of one. And if you're like me and you already have a good family, it's a big plus, because now I have two families that put up with me. And they're both really nice to me. I got my family from that I was born into they put up with me every time I was stupid, which is a lot. And now I have a church family. They even put up with me when I'm stupid too, and they really don't have to. But I tell you about one family I learned from the Bible that's really bad. It was Joseph's family. Joseph was from way early in the Bible. He had a lot of brothers, and I kind of drew him a little bit. His brothers over here, they didn't like him very much, so they decided that they were going to sell him because they were jealous because he was his dad's favorite. So they took him over here to these guys over here, and those guys chose to buy him for a whole 20 silver. And that's how his family got rid of his unwanted little brother. They just sold him. And after Joseph got sold into slavery, he'd be passed around a few times, and he'd eventually made his way into Egypt. And he would still follow God's word, and more people would see that he was very wise, and he was in good with the Lord. And he would eventually make it up to the council of the Pharaoh. He'd be one of the most important men of all of Egypt. And then there was a giant famine, and his brothers would be very hungry. There wasn't any food anywhere but Egypt. And his brothers had to come all the way to Egypt to beg for food and try to buy some. And Joseph saw his brothers, and after all the stuff they did to him, he chose to forgive them. And he would actually go to the Pharaoh and tell him his brothers were hungry here and ask to sell them some food. And the Pharaoh was perfectly fine with that. And his brothers that were so hungry would actually get some food. And to be honest, I really don't know how Joseph could do that. His brothers sold him into slavery. He finally found a decent way to get out of it. His brothers came back begging for food after they sold him. And he had the decency to give them the food. Joseph was a mighty smart man and a mighty forgiving man. It's such a great lesson we all can learn. Bye!